So we'll just wait for a couple more moments. Just breathing and settling. Bless you. I could sing my sneeze song. A coward. All right. Well, it's 11 o'clock, so we'll begin. And people can just join. And if you miss any of the start, you can always find it uploaded to YouTube later on in the day. So make yourselves comfortable, cross-legged or heel sitting. And we'll just start off with some deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Deep breath in and a full, complete breath out. Bringing our hands together in front of our heart centers. And first of all, bowing to you, bowing to yourself. Well done for making it onto the mat this morning, for giving yourself some time to move your body, to breathe deeply, and to learn about the Amazon rainforest today. And then let's take a moment to bow our heads to a loved one that comes to mind, or loved ones that come to mind. Perhaps people you can't see for a while. Maybe just sending them some thoughts, some kindness, some love. And then we gently start to blink open our eyes and bowing to each other. Namaste. Thank you for joining us this morning. So we're off to the Amazon rainforest. We've been traveling around the various continents. And today we've been to, I don't know if you can see it from there, the green continent, Africa. We've been to Europe, we've been to North America, and last week we went briefly down into South America, and this is where we're going to stay today. South America, we're going to go and visit the Amazon rainforest. This is called the lungs of the world because so much of the oxygen that we get to breathe comes from the Amazon rainforest. So let's breathe deeply some of this wonderful fresh air into our lungs. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out completely. Really empty those lungs so that when we breathe in again, we can fill them to full capacity. Would you like to do one for us? Deep breath in. And exhaling all the air out. Good, nice and slowly. More slowly we do it, the more calm it helps our body to feel. All right, thank you. So, we are going to begin with a few little warm-ups. Let's bring our feet out in front of us. Keep the feet on the floor today and just bend the knees. Take your hands and place them either next to the body with the fingers pointing out. I quite like to have the fingers pointing forward because then it gives my wrists a good little stretch at the same time. And we're just going to windscreen wiper our legs over to the sides. To the sides. Good. Nicely coordinated, and stop. Take one leg and place it over the other, and let's just twirl our foot 3 times in one direction and 3 times in the other direction. We can point our toe and push your heel away. Point your toes away and then up to the sky, and then swap other side. So 3 circles in one direction, just warming up those ankles, 3 in the other direction. And then we're going to point our foot and flex it. Ballet foot, yoga foot, ballet foot, yoga foot. And bring it back. Really press those hands into the floor. Lift up your hips. Make a tabletop with your tummy. And you might want to look straight ahead. Or you might want to look up towards the sky. Now everyone look at your knees. And let's see if we can press one foot into the floor and lift the other leg up towards the sky. And come back. Lift that tummy up and the other side and come back and lower yourself down. Crossing your legs again. Let's bring our hands to the side. Breathe in as we lift them up over our heads. And let's do our little twist. One arm to the opposite leg. Press your TP fingers into the floor and look over the shoulder behind you. Breathe in, lift your arms up, and let's go to the other side. So holding onto your knee, TP fingers into the floor, lengthening your spine and looking over your shoulder behind you. Good. Come back to the front. Wiggle your fingers. Let's place the wrists together, and then we're just going to make circular movements, keeping the wrists connected. So we move through the front and the back 3 times in one direction, and then 3 times in the other direction. So just easing out those wrists. Then bringing your fingers onto your shoulders, your thumbs at the back, and let's make big circles with the arms. See if you can even touch your elbows in the front together. You can use your breath, big breaths in and out. Let's go the other way. A little bit of brain balance there, trying to figure out which way we were going in the first place. All right, and let's just shake out the hands, shake out the arms. And from here, we're going to come into all fours and make our way up. So, all fours, hands on the floor, coming underneath the shoulders, knees coming down from the hips. And we'll start off with a few cats and cows. So, rounding the back, looking back towards your knees or your belly button. Breathe in as we tilt our tailbone up to the ceiling. And the last thing to lift is the head. So starting the movement from your tailbone, we're going to round our backs the other way as we look back towards the belly button or the legs for our cat pose. And looking straight ahead for our cow. Coming back to neutral, tuck your toes under, lift yourselves up into downward dog. And maybe you want to just walk your dog out. This might be the first one of the day. So bend one knee and straighten the other leg. And then swap and swap and swap. I like to come high up onto my tippy toes and then really sink my heels back down to the floor. High up onto the tippy toes and sink your heels back to the floor. Bend your knees and start to walk your hands back towards your feet and slowly roll yourselves up into mountain pose where you're about to sneeze. Nose hurts. You've got a bit of hay fever. We haven't even entered the rainforest yet. Do you want to go and blow your nose quickly? There's a tissue on the counter. All right, so I think because of all the blossom in the air, there's definitely a bit of hay fever going on now. All right, so we'll carry on together. We'll do our sun salutation, and hopefully he'll meet us in the Amazon rainforest. So we'll move through this one together. All right, mountain pose, arms by your side. Take a deep breath in and breathing out as we bring our hands together in front of our hearts. Inhaling as we lift our arms up towards the sky, look up, and exhale as we fold forward from the waist, bringing your hands down in line with your feet. Bend your knees as much as you need to so you can get them down there, and then take a big step back with one foot. Put your back knee on the floor, look straight ahead in your runner's lunge. Take the other foot back into plank, and then lower your knees, your chest, and your chin. Inhale as we glide forward into a low cobra, gently pushing up. And exhale as we come back into downward dog. Look at your toes. The same leg we step back, we're going to lift up towards the sky and breathe in as we step forward. Back knee on the floor in runner's lunge. Breathe out as we step the other foot forward. And inhale as we lift the arms up towards the sky. And exhale back into mountain pose. This one I'll do facing the other way and on the other leg. Here we go. Breathe in. Breathe out, hands together. Breathe in, lift your arms up. And breathe out, folding forward from the waist. Step the other foot back, knee on the floor, look straight ahead. Take the other foot back into plank and lower your knees, your chest and your chin. Inhale, gliding forward, low cobra. Exhale, lifting up into downward dog, look at your toes. Breathe in, that leg steps up and step it all the way forward, back to between your hands. Back knee on the floor, look straight ahead. Step the other foot forward, and then inhale, arms up, and exhale, arms down. Back into mountain pose, and here we are in the Amazon rainforest. So let's take a deep breath in. You okay? That's right. Well, we'll see how he gets on. Seems he's got a bit of, your nose hurts when you lean forward. You did the downward dog. A little bit of pressure here. So we'll see how he goes. Hopefully you can visit some of the rainforest with us, but just if it doesn't feel comfortable, let me know, okay? Right, do you want to help us? We're in that rainforest, so we're just going to take a lovely deep breath in. And breathing out, empty those lungs. Breathe in this beautiful oxygen from the Amazon rainforest, breathing in. And breathing out. Excellent. All right, so the first thing we see are many, 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 many beautiful trees. So let's come into our tree pose. I bet you guys are experts at this now. And always good to have a wall or a friend or something to focus on. As we're in the rainforest, I'm sure there are many beautiful butterflies. So I'm going to use this butterfly as a focus point. And you could find something at home that you could look at. Something that's not moving. So probably not one of us because we're bound to move. Place your hands in front of your heart and take one foot against the opposite leg. From here, you might want to slide it up just to below the calf, but never on the knee. All right, here we are. Now, if you're feeling adventurous, you might want to lift that foot up into your thigh, keeping those hands together, or maybe you'd like to take your branches out to the side. Look at those beautiful trees. Lovely focus, beautiful, well done, Roan. Let's come down nice and slowly, and let's do the other side. I always like to start with my hands together, but you can have your arms to the side, above you, wherever feels good for your body today. Remember, yoga is not a competition, and all of our bodies look very different in the poses that we do. So we just do a pose that feels right for our bodies. Sometimes I'm feeling really wobbly on one side, so I might even just keep my foot on the floor. Sometimes I'm really feeling quite focused, concentrated, and so then I might play with bringing my foot up into the thigh. So really it's just about playfully exploring these poses. Beautiful. If we look up into one of these trees, we may see a very big eagle. This is called the Harpy eagle. And it can stand almost 1 meter high, very big, and it eats things like sloths and monkeys. So let's hope we don't see some of those, although we might. So for the Harpy eagle, we're going to take our arms out to the side, your wings, shall I say. Give yourselves a big hug, big hug. Oh, I love my body. Maybe you can say that at home. I love my body. Give yourself a lovely big hug. Now, make yourself a little beak. Now, whichever arm is on top, you're going to take the opposite leg and you're going to cross it over. Just place your foot on the floor. Get a little bend into those knees like you're sitting on your perch. Now, you can keep your hands there, or you might like to take the back of your hands together. Or if you're feeling super bendy today, you might like to take the front of your hands together. Sit a little deeper on your perch, Harpy angels, eagles. Now, again, you can stay like this, or you might want to go a step further with the legs and lift that foot off the floor. You might even want to bind it around the other foot. At any stage you're feeling wobbly, just come back to putting the foot on the floor. And maybe you want to bring your elbows down to your knees. Beautiful. Right, from here, let's gently unfold with control. Flap out those eagle wings, 3 little flaps. And take your foot back to mountain pose. Of course, in yoga, we do everything both sides. So let's try the other side. Feeling a bit warm? Body's warmed up. Right, open up your arms, and this time the other arm goes on top. Oh, which one was it?
It was this way.
This way.
So
luckily I've got my, okay, so we go the other way. Luckily I've got my little assistant here to remind me of the sides we have and haven't done. All right, so give yourself another big hug. I love my body. And then we're going to take the opposite leg, cross it over. Now I feel like I've done this side.
Yeah, this side.
Oh dear, I went the wrong way. All right, hopefully at home you're getting the right way. So this time sitting down into your perch. Again, taking the back of your hands together, the front of your hands together. Maybe lifting that foot and maybe coming into the bind. Maybe sitting even deeper into your eagle. And you might like to take those elbows all the way down to the knees. Remember, place your foot on the floor anytime you would like to. And then let's flap out 3 times as those harpy eagles fly off to another tree. Now, whilst they're flying, they do see some monkeys. So let's jump our feet open and slowly come down into our squat. From here, I want to give yourself some monkey fists, and let's embrace our inner monkeys and walk around. You can even make some monkey sounds. Can you do some monkey sounds? Ooh, 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 ah, 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 ah. There we go. Now we're talking. Ooh, 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 ah, ah, ah. I think I have an actual real monkey in the house. Let's tap our chest. And if you remember, behind your sternum is your thymus gland. This keeps us healthy, so keep on tapping, monkeys. Ooh, ah. And monkey your way back to your mat if you've ended off somewhere else. All right. So, feeling a little tired now? Got your heartbeat going, got those thighs strengthening. Excellent. So there's our monkey pose. From here, we're going to take a venture down the Amazon River. The Amazon River is the second longest river in the world. Do you remember what the first one was? You were exploring. Correct. The Nile is the longest river. All right, so let's get into our boats. Boat pose. Oh, we love this one. Very good for your core muscles. So take your hands underneath your knees and lift one leg and lift the other leg. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then you might like to row your boat down the river. He's like, please don't sing. You were doing too much singing last time. I love to sing, and he's always saying, stop singing. All right, so here we go, rowing. Now, if you're feeling particularly strong, you might want to lift one leg up and the other, and maybe try both. For the full boat. Often you might just fall backwards. If you do, welcome. You might still like to hold onto the legs as you do that. You can really feel your quadriceps and your thighs strengthening as we do that. I always like to do the partner boat. Should we give that one a go? We've done that one once before. Because our legs are different lengths, it's not, it's a little more challenging, but we still give it a go. Holding onto the hands, maybe we'll just lift one leg. So push your leg into mine. Can you straighten it? If your legs are the same length, you might be able to get them really straight against each other. All right.
Space.
All right. So there we go. Whilst we look into the river, we see these beautiful pink dolphins, freshwater pink river dolphins that live in the Amazon River. So I know some of you have done this pose before and found it a little challenging, but it's a really good arm strength, shoulder strength. So let's give it a go. Coming into heel sitting. Rowan's already ready. Now remember, it's almost like you're going to put glue on your forearms, because really important, those don't lift off the floor. So place your forearms on the floor, interlace your fingers, lift your bottom up as if you're coming into a downward dog, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up towards the sky, and then glide your body forward and back. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Place your knees on the floor and roll yourselves into a little child pose. Let's breathe. Head on the floor, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, fill those lungs, fill those ribs, and breathing out. Place your hands on the floor and slowly roll yourselves up. As we're in the Amazon rainforest, let's just keep remembering to take lots of deep breaths. Let's do a little finger breathing, shall we? Breathe in as we trace the thumb up. Breathe out as we come down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Try not to be distracted by the noise coming from outside. Breathe in and out. In and out. Breathe in and out. All right. From here, still looking in the river, I'm just going to close this window. Might block out a little of the noise. Right, from here, in the Amazon River, we see some crocodiles. So let's come into our plank. Maybe do a little lizard on the way down. Let's see your lizard tongues. Okay, so into your plank, so lower your hips a little bit. Good. From here, knees. Keep your hips up, chest and chin, and then lower yourself down to the floor. We're going to bring one arm in front of us, and we're going to be crocodiles or alligators, actually. So open up those big alligator mouths, snap, 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 and then roll onto your tummy, roll the other side, and snap, snap, snap. Oh, I have a tasty little boy over here. Right. Then, looking on the shores of the Amazon River, we see a green anaconda sliding through the grass. Very long and very poisonous. So, anacondas, we know the cobra, the snake pose. We're just going to use that one for our anaconda. Snake pose. Here we go. Belly's on the floor. Hands underneath the elbows. Elbows in. I mean underneath the shoulders. Elbows in. Forehead on the floor. And then we breathe in as we lift our heads up. Pushing gently onto your hands. And then breathe out as we hiss down. Elbows into your side. Hands underneath the shoulders. Just baby cobras. Breathing in. And hissing down. Might want to do one long-armed cobra. So lower the hands more in line with the ribs. From here, we can push up into the hands. You might even like to lift your knees off the floor. Soften the shoulders, looking straight ahead. Deep breath in. Bend the arms as we come down. All right, from here, pushing up and back. After our back bends, we always like to come into a little child pose. So again, rounding those backs and maybe taking your arms to the side of your body. Bring yourself into a little curve and into a little ball. Nice breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, slowly bringing ourselves up. The time always goes so quickly in these classes. I think they're really more of a 40-minute class than a 30-minute class. We just can't fit enough into 30 minutes. All right, as usual, if you need to go at 1:30, you can always bring yourself into Shavasana. Otherwise, bring yourself into your butterfly pose. Many beautiful species of butterfly in the Amazon rainforest. Let's gently flap our butterfly wings. Give ourselves some antenna. And maybe you can do one in and one out. Oh, I wonder what color butterfly you're going to be today. What color are you today? Pick a color, any color.
Blue.
Blue butterfly. I might be an orange butterfly today. Orange. Maybe orange and purple. You can be any color you like. All right, let's stretch those legs. Take your peace fingers, wrap them around your toes. Stretch one wing out. Bring it back. Stretch the other wing out. And bring it back. Now remember earlier when we were talking about the harpy eagles, we said that they sometimes eat sloths and monkeys. And if we look up into our beautiful Amazon rainforest trees, we see some sloths hanging out. Often the sloths, as they move so slowly, they even start to grow moss on them. So they're quite well camouflaged. And a very fun fact about a sloth is that they only come down their trees once a week to go to the loo. And they always generally go to the same place. So the predators do look out for them. So we are going, oh, we've got a sloth over there. Would you like to go and fetch him? He can be your breathing buddy. All right, so the rest of us sloths, we're going to come into our trees. Oh, hang on, let me get him. Wait, Rome. I can just see what's going to happen there. I'm going to have a little disaster. So here we go. I've got the sloth. Right, so the rest of us, let's get up into our trees. Maybe take hold of some vine leaves and lower yourselves down. Slowly, 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 slowly. And then imagine you are a sloth holding onto your tree. Take hold of a branch, wrap your arms around. Wrap your feet around, and maybe we'll just have a little gentle rock from side to side as we massage our little sloth backs on the floor. Remember to move really, really slowly, sloths, really, really slowly. Now, last week we introduced some belly breathing. Maybe you brought along your little toy this week. If not, you can always just use your hand. But if you have one, you might like to place him on your belly or her on your belly, back of your head on the floor, and your arms gently down by your side. Even though we probably think sloths sleep for a long time, they actually only sleep up to about 10 hours a day. Still quite a lot. I bet a lot of your mums and dads would like to be sleeping for 10 hours. So let's just take a moment now to soften the bodies, to rest the bodies, to find a place of inner stillness as we allow the floor to completely support us in this moment so that we can let go. Allow your feet just to flop out to the side. Maybe have the back of your hands on the floor, your palms facing up towards the sky, back of the hands resting on the floor. And just allow your little breathing buddy to rest on your belly. Try not to play with him. And just with your breath, we'll gently take this little hand or friend for a ride with the breathing. As we breathe in, the belly just naturally, you don't have to force it or push it. The belly gently rises, and as we breathe out, the belly gently settles down. As we breathe in, the lungs fill with air and expand, and the rib cage grows. And as we breathe out, the lungs contract, the air squeezes out, and the ribs come back together. So just a few lovely, deep, slow breaths. Maybe in your imaginations, you could hear all the wonderful sounds of the Amazon rainforest. All the frogs and birds and insects and creatures. You may also very softly hear the pitter-patter of rain. Lots of rain from the Amazon rainforest. watering all the trees. They say about 80% of all our organic foods originate in the Amazon rainforest. Lots of fruits, coconuts, mangoes, bananas, lemons, pineapples, dates, figs, and then things like cinnamon, black pepper, cacao. We get chocolate from. All of these things growing in the Amazon rainforest. With each breath out, just feel your body a little heavier, a little softer. And then holding on to that lovely calm feeling in our bodies and in our minds, we're going to very gently start to wriggle our fingers and our toes. If you want to stay in Shavasana a little longer, absolutely enjoy it. For the rest of us, we might gently be waking the body very slowly. We never bring ourselves out of Shavasana very fast because our bodies have really taken a moment to soften, to relax. Start to slide your heels towards your sitting bones. If you've got something on your belly, you might like to gently take it off now. And then let your knees drop over to one side. Let your whole body roll over to one side. Make a little pillow with your hands. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then using your top hand, slowly start to roll yourselves up. Slowly, slowly. Especially as we've been laying down for so long. I just like to ease ourselves up nice and slowly. And we'll finish off with those 3 deep breaths. So either in heel sitting or your legs crossed, your hands resting on your knees. Lovely long spine, and maybe put your beanie baby in your lap just so that it can join as we gently breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and breathe out. Bringing our hands together in front of our heart centers and bowing to each other. Namaste. Thank you for joining Rowan and I today. We'd love to know where you're watching us from. So maybe in the comments you can let us know your names and where you're watching from today. On Thursday, it's Rowan's 11th birthday.
Yeah.
So on Thursday, and now every Thursday, hit that like.
Hit that thing.
Hit that thing over there, right there. We think it's there. If it's not there, it could be over there. The like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Also, on Thursdays from now on at 3 o'clock, we are going to be doing the yoga class in Zoom because at the moment we can just see ourselves and we'd love to see some of you, actually you, in our class. So if you'd like to join a Zoom session and join in the class, we will actually be going to the rainforest again on Thursday. So if some of you missed some of this class, or just so that we can meet you, you can email me, Bryony, at YogaBeez with a Z on the end at gmail.com, and I can send you some information to join our Zoom session. And then it's more like an interactive studio class. Otherwise, we'll be back live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube next Tuesday at 11 a.m. And Rowan will be 11 years old. And yeah, we think we're going to stick to this new space now. We've been moving around the house, but I thought it might be a bit sunny, but hopefully it's okay. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Lots of love. Adios.
Bye.
Bye. Now I've got to figure out how to finish them all.
Bye.
And then I always forget to do that part. Okay, are you sure you want to end the stream?